All right, well, thank you for that very nice introduction. We are here tonight to give out an award. It's called the Dauntless Purveyor of Climate Truth Award. It is an award we've been giving out every year since, every one of these get-togethers since around 2015 or so. And I will give you a little background about it. Back around 2015, I got a call from Joe Bast, and he said, Craig, we'd like for Cfact to give out an award at our ICCC meeting. Would you guys be up for it? I said, sure. He said, okay, can you give me a name pretty quickly? You know, some of them are like the Frederick Seitz Award, you know, the Distinguished Scientist of this or that award, or blah, blah, blah. Didn't hit me. It wasn't Cfact. So I went and talked with David Rothbard, our former president, and we came up with this name, Dauntless Purveyor of Climate Truth Award. When I phoned Joe Bast and told him the name, there was a pause. Then he kind of came back on and he said, oh, you almost got me there, Craig. I thought, you know, okay, you're joking. And he said, what are you really going to name it? I said, Dauntless Purveyor of Climate Truth. Again, there was a pause. Then Joe said, okay, this is a Cfact award, right? Just make sure you calm that. I said, yes, it is. So we're proud of this award, and essentially the award goes out to those who are willing to go the extra mile to get out the climate realist message. Our first recipient of this award really kind of personified this. It was Lord Christopher Monckton. All right. I mean, Christopher, what can you say about him? I mean, this is a guy who doesn't just have the facts at his hand, but he also really, I mean, he gets into fisticuffs with UN security in Copenhagen. He jumps out of airplanes from 12,000 feet with banners on them, drawing attention to ClimateGate. I mean, heck, he even impersonates delegates from the nation of Myanmar and gets kicked out of a conference in Doha. That's the type of thing that's quite impressive. He was followed up the next year by our next recipient. I'm trying to, who was the next recipient? Oh, Walter Cunningham, of course, thank you. Yes, Walter Cunningham, Apollo astronaut. Again, this is a guy who totally deserved it. He was a gentleman who really had all acclaim as an Apollo astronaut and really had nothing to gain by coming out and hanging out with the likes of us. But he actually did it anyway and took a lot of grief for it, but courageously did it. He also jumped off a cliff with us in Peru with a banner off. He actually exclaimed to us that to him that was almost more nerve-wracking than going up in the Apollo mission. Followed up by Dr. Fred Singer, again a man, I mean, did the guy ever stop working? Into his 90s, still being published in the Wall Street Journal, dauntless beyond any question. Then there was Jay Lair, who also was a recipient, and this guy is tenacious. I mean, heck, he's in his 80s, still doing Ironman routines. If we didn't give him an award, I think he would have hurt me. So, in Academy Award fashion, we're going to announce this year's recipient, and Mark is going to come here, open up our envelope. Can we have a drum roll, please? And Mark will announce.
All right. I hold in my hand the winner of the 2021 Dauntless Purveyor of Scientific Courage Award. Close? Can I open this? This is usually when someone makes an anti-war speech or against, some social justice speech, but we'll skip that for this award ceremony. The winner for 221. No, it's not.
We're waiting. Who is it?
The paper says Marc Morano. You're kidding. This is a scam. You were going to give it. For real? Are you? I was set up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Mark had no idea. We had told him it was somebody else, and he prepared a speech for somebody else, but we won't go there.
The other person deserved it more.
Oh, no, he deserves it entirely. In fact, our staff has created a little video for Mark, as obviously he is a dauntless purveyor of climate truth. And Mark, watch your video that was put together by the Cfact staff. Can you roll it?
Presenting the winners of the Dauntless Purveyor of Climate Truth Award throughout the years. 2014, Lord Christopher Monckton. 2017, Colonel Walter Cunningham. 2018, Dr. Fred Singer. 2019, Dr. J. Laird. And now, presenting the 2021 winner of the Dauntless Purveyor of Climate Truth Award, Marc Morano. Morano began his impressive journalistic career in 1992 when he served as reporter for the nationally syndicated Rush Limbaugh, the television show.
Marc Morano, you know who he is? The name ring a bell? Our man in Washington.
Morano began his tenure as senior advisor, speechwriter, and climate researcher for United States Senator James Inhofe. Then, Morano founded the award-winning Climate Depot news and information website. In 2012, Morano featured his fierce debating style live on CNN in a global warming debate with Piers Morgan and Bill Nye.
What Bill Nye just did was waste everyone's time explaining that CO2 is rising. Bottom line, big tornadoes, F3 and larger since the 1950s, have dropped dramatically. Bottom line, we've gone the longest period without a major U.S. Category 3 or larger hurricane hitting the U.S. since at least 1900, maybe the Civil War. Bottom line, new study in the journal Nature, peer-reviewed. No change in U.S. drought in the last 60 years. Bottom line.
Morano's tenacious and dynamic reporting style has brought him both fame and infamy, especially with the mainstream media and climate alarmists. Rolling Stone magazine declared Morano as one of the planet's 17 climate killers. Media Matters declared Morano as the climate misinformer of the year. A German newspaper attempted to smear Morano by declaring him as the godfather of climate skepticism. Newsweek declared Morano as king of the skeptics. The journal Nature declared Marc Morano as the #1 climate skeptic.
All aboard! All aboard! Step right up to the Greenpeace ship of fools!
Dressing up as Santa to give Greenpeace coal in Katowice, Poland. And shredding the UN Paris Accord inside the climate conference at Marrakesh, Morocco.
President Trump is correct on climate change. I'm going to say that, yes. What about people who might be afraid that the UN is going to essentially be a sort of climate central power as opposed to... What's your thought on jailing skeptics as war criminals?
We'll see what happens.
Marc Morano, you worked for Senator James Inhofe.
Oh, nice to see you.
What would you tell President Trump if he were here today?
I wouldn't waste my breath.
Mr. Ford, you said you've flown up the coast for a cheeseburger. What changes have you made in your personal life to fight climate change? You flew up the coast to get a cheeseburger, you said. You frequently do. What's your comment?
I'm a vegetarian. Thank you.
Now, okay.
He frequently appears on television and radio programs to debunk climate myths and spread the facts behind global warming. Reporter, investigative journalist, activist, TV personality, author, movie star, and now, the dauntless purveyor of climate truth, Marc Morano.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I had no clue. Craig, thank you. Thanks Cfact for this award. I want to thank Heartland, Cfact. I mean, this is, all I can say is these conferences have been fantastic. When I was in the U.S. Senate Environment and Public Works Committee, I think the first one was 2008. It was a game changer in the entire climate skeptic movement because all these people that had been on email got together and were able to communicate in person, and it really set off the whole climate skeptic movement into a powerful force. And I want to thank Cfact for giving me the opportunity when I left the U.S. Senate in 2009 for giving me the freedom to do what I want. and maybe sometimes it's over the top and silly and ridiculous, but I have the philosophy of trying to make climate entertaining if that's possible, and that's what we've always tried to do, to make it less, less about a boring policy or scientific issue for the general public and more about something that we can make fun of and laugh at. But I don't know what else to say. I want to thank everyone for this award. I appreciate it. And again, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you so much. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Cfact. Thank you, Heartland. Thanks.